Hello, my name is Trent Walradt. I am a resident in internal medicine at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, and on behalf of my co-authors, Dr. Jeremy Glisson-Brown, Dr. Muthu Alagappan, Dr. Herbert Lerner, and Dr. Tyler Berzin, I would like to thank Gastrointestinal Endoscopy for the opportunity to present our manuscript, entitled Regulatory Considerations for Artificial Intelligence Technologies in Gastrointestinal Endoscopy. This is a moment of rapid progress for AI research in gastroenterology, most notably in the areas of computer-aided polyp detection, or CADE, and computer-aided polyp diagnosis, or CADX. In the past few years, several prospective clinical trials examining CADX and CADE systems have demonstrated the real-world feasibility of these technologies. Furthermore, additional randomized trials evaluating these technologies in gastrointestinal endoscopy are currently underway. As clinical evidence accrues for CADE and CADX, our attention must also turn towards the unique challenges that this new wave of technologies represents for the FDA and other regulatory agencies, who are tasked with protecting public health by ensuring the safety of medical devices. The goal of our paper was to describe the current regulatory pathways for AI tools in gastroenterology and the expected evolution of these pathways. The United States FDA has proposed two axes for the assessment of AI-based software. The first axis is risk, and is based on a framework established by the International Medical Device Regulators Forum. Risk is defined by the seriousness of the disease a technology is applied to, and the significance of the information provided by that technology. For instance, a tool designed to diagnose tuberculosis meningitis would be higher risk than a technology that guides diagnostic actions for astigmatism. The second axis the FDA assesses relates to adaptability. Software technology exists on a spectrum between locked algorithms, which have fixed performance characteristics, and those designed to learn and evolve autonomously. There is also a middle ground where software undergoes periodic improvements, resulting in iterative versions. The FDA's current approval process for AI-based technologies varies according to the risk and novelty of a given device. If a device is the first of its kind, the sponsor must submit an application demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the device. This is known as the de novo pathway. Subsequently, sponsors need only demonstrate that their device is substantially equivalent to an existing device that has already been approved by the FDA. This is known as a pre-market notification. However, if any significant modification is made to a device, the sponsor must repeat the approval process to prove that their device is still substantially equivalent. We anticipate that the first generation of CADE and CADX tools will proceed through the de novo classification approval pathway, and subsequent generations will likely only require a pre-market notification. The current FDA system I just described is practical for software technologies with locked algorithms. However, AI algorithms that are rapidly iterative, or those which incorporate continuous learning, represent a more complex challenge for regulatory agencies. To address these challenges, the FDA has proposed a new system of regulation for AI technologies known as the Software Precertification Program. This regulatory approach aims to evaluate the software developer rather than just the software itself. The FDA will screen for companies that have demonstrated excellence in 5 key areas: product quality, patient safety, clinical responsibility, cybersecurity, and proactivity. Modifications to software from these pre-certified companies will then be able to proceed through a streamlined review. Finally, the pre-certification program also requires that companies collect real-world data so that the FDA can monitor safety and perform streamlined reviews of modifications. We anticipate that professional societies will need to lead the way in developing GI data science infrastructures that are sufficient to support the ongoing safety and efficacy monitoring that will be required for AI algorithms. In conclusion, there has been tremendous growth in AI-based tools to support the practice of gastrointestinal endoscopy. For these tools to be safely and effectively integrated into clinical practice, regulatory agencies must be able to evaluate and monitor these technologies using new approaches that are both robust and practical. The FDA in particular is making clear efforts to develop effective regulatory pathways to accomplish these goals. Because of the technical advances and clinical trial progress already occurring for colon polyp CAD-E and CAD-X, we expect that the field of gastroenterology will play a leading role in charting the near future of AI in clinical medicine.